Good morning, everybody. It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. Yes, I'm in my suit today, and if you saw my video yesterday where I actually had someone that was trying to defraud my account. Really, what it was the bank made a mistake. So it wasn't the individual that they tried to take a payment for a card. We don't even have a car note, and it was a charge on my account, which I tell everyone every day. I don't care, 7 days a week. Look at your accounts because these mistakes can happen. But what it was another person paid their car payment online, and it came out of our company account for one of my businesses. And then they tried to say my wife initiated the charge, but when they looked at the login ID for the web processing of the payment, it wasn't even her ID. So that means that it was clearly 100% a bank error. And that's very scary because if they pride themselves on not making mistakes, and when we make a mistake, we get penalized. If someone was to bounce a check and they thought they had more money in their account, they get penalized. But when they do something like that, and they had took over 700 and some bucks right out of my account, and what if I was someone that didn't have a lot of money? That would have put a person into a bad situation. But they did correct it. They corrected it immediately because I had called it. If it would have went one more day, the process to overturn that would have took a little bit longer. So now what we're going to talk about here today is the Equifax breach settlement, because there's a lot of questions that people have been emailing me and asking me, and I see a lot of conflicting news reports about what exactly this whole thing means. And so I'm going to break it down here, and there's a link below that is to the real website to file a claim and to look at more information on there. But I'm going to briefly talk about it here. And so one of the number one remedy that they're giving to people, even if you were not affected, just as an overall settlement that they did with the government for this, with the FTC, was to give credit monitoring services to anyone that felt that they were affected, so they'd be able to look at look at their reports. But the thing about it is that it's only going to go for Equifax. Equifax isn't going to give you access to the other credit bureaus monitoring services. So please be aware of that. Equifax is only going to give you access to their reports and scores. And I've heard different amounts. I've heard up to 10 years. On their website, it says at least 4 years of monitoring services for, let's see, offered through Experian. Okay, so this is what it is. It's saying that as a combined, it looks like Equifax and Experian are going to work together on this agreement. Because remember, there was also a breach with Experian, that you're going to get 4 years with Experian and then additional 6 more years with Equifax. So you would get combined 4 years Equifax and Experian credit monitoring, and then an additional 6 more years with Equifax. That's what the agreement is saying. Remember, on the news report, they were saying you had 10 years total. And then if you do not want the credit monitoring services, you could just apply to get $125 cash payment, and they'll get that to you. It's going to take a while to get that over to you. The other thing is that if you feel that you were hurt, someone got your credit, something happened that maybe didn't allow you to get a mortgage, or didn't allow you to get a car, or you have paid a higher interest rate for something during this period of time of the breach, you, number one, could get a credit freeze put on your account. And they're also telling everyone to put a credit freeze on their on their credit reports. But if someone got access to your information, they misused it, and you can prove it, you can get a cash payment of up to $20,000. Trust me, they're going to make you jump through hoops, so be prepared. But if you were affected, all you have to do is just follow the steps, and you don't even need a lawyer. You could file your paperwork with them, or with the attorney that they have working with them, so you can get the $20,000 or up to $20,000 cash payment. If you were affected more than $20,000, then you would have to get your own attorney and sue them, and you have to actually opt out of this agreement. One thing that I don't like about what they're doing with this is that, and I'm looking over at my computer screen here, is that I don't like how they always set it up to where if you don't opt out, that it's like you're opting in to the settlement. It's the same way that they do it for debt collectors. Like if you get a letter from a debt collector and you know that it's not your debt, and you just throw it away because it doesn't pertain to you, you're actually opting in that the debt does pertain to you. And it looks like they're using the same strategy here, where if you don't opt out, then you're covered in this settlement to where you're limited to what's in here, and you could be hurt more. And also, if you don't opt out, you could be in trouble for even being able to get the $20,000 settlement that they have available here. Now, let's go through some dates that they have here. For future losses, you have until 2024, but remember, for the future losses, you have to let them know that you're opting out of this claim to be able to even apply for future losses if something was to come about. So you can't just say, I'm not going to accept anything that they have here, and if something comes up later before 2024, I'll just be able to sue them. You can't do that. The way that they've structured this settlement, you can't. So if you do nothing, I'm going to read here, and you'll have a link where you can look through it also. If you do nothing, you can still access identity restoration services, but will not be entitled to any other benefits under the settlement. If the settlement becomes final, you will give up your rights to sue separately for claims relating to the data breach, or to continue to pursue such claims you have already filed. So if you do nothing, see, they kind of set it up to where they've made a quick statute of limitations that you have to make up your mind. You have to object to the settlement by November 19th, 2019. So if you feel that you've been harmed, but you need more time to look at everything, to evaluate your situation, you have till November 19th, 2019 to submit something to them and say that you need more time to evaluate your complete case that you would like to file against them. This is just unbelievable how the government is letting them set this up for them, but this is the way that it was negotiated. So let me scroll here to see if there's any other stuff. We just talked about those dates. We got 1/22/2020 is the initial claims deadline. So if you want to get the credit monitoring services or the $125 cash settlement, you need to do that by 1/22/2020, and it's going to take a long time to get that money. And yes, they're going to file it on your, they might, I'm not sure, they might consider it as personal injury. So I'll take that back. They may consider that as personal injury. Let's see here. Any other important stuff that I see with this Equifax breach settlement? Let's see it. And there is a button on here where you can file a claim. I've looked at different news websites, looked at the Equifax website, and this is the appropriate website that they set up for the settlement. It's working, I guess, through the firm that filed the initial lawsuit through them. But this is the correct link, and you can also, if you don't feel okay with that link, I'm not trying to put some type of affiliate or something on there. You can go straight to the Equifax website and you can search and you'll get straight to this link here. But I guess to sum it all up, the important thing is that no matter what, no matter who is watching your stuff, you have to watch your bank accounts. You have to watch your credit. You need a credit monitoring service that can give you all three reports, all three scores, that will give you alerts on things that might pop up on there that you don't know about. A lot of people use Credit Karma and those types of sites. Only problem with that is that it's not giving you all of the information that you need. They're trying to sell you stuff all the time on Credit Karma, and it's only for 2 reports. And especially if you need to repair your credit, you need all 3, and you need more information to repair your credit. And if you are trying to monitor your credit, you need to have access to all 3 credit reports and scores. So if you need any help or you have any questions, or comments, please post them below. Please subscribe to my YouTube page here. Please subscribe. I love getting out this information, everyone. And we're going to have another video tomorrow. And so, have a great day. Make sure that you think positive and continue to move forward in your life. This is Stephen Williams, founder and president of thecreditrepairshop.com.